All right, Claire, thank you so much for being part of this broadcast. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Oh, thanks, Matt. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. So for you joining this program and saying yes to coaching, you came from a place where you were really searching for something. You were looking for clarity. You didn't really have much clarity on really how to use your skills to your best ability. Tell us a little bit more about that, because I know that you're now in a position where you're working with paying clients, but you're about to go really full time into the coaching business, and you're in a wonderful opportunity to be able to do that, especially with the way the world's going right now, everything moving online, and so many business opportunities are just pretty much non-existent anymore. How did this begin for you, and what inspired you to search out for coaching when you were looking for, well, okay, where am I going to best use my skills?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. So I was teaching. Actually, at that particular stage when I joined, I actually was working as a student development coordinator in corporate environment. I'd taken a sidestep from teaching because I was searching for a vehicle. I thought that maybe that was the vehicle to really utilize my skills and meet my values of contribution and really feel like I was giving as much as I was getting, but I just wasn't meeting the mark in regards to fulfillment that I wanted to feel. So I came across TCI. I was looking at all different things. I was going on webinars and buying things around manifesting and just trialing all these different things and loving it. And I came across TCI and it was a values match for me. TCI is all about contribution and giving and using your skills to the best of your ability. So I'm like, that sounds perfect. Let's find out more. And so I did, and I ended up enrolling, and I thought, is this the vehicle? And very quickly I found out, yes, it was. There was that normal sense of hesitation. Is this the right thing for me? Will this help me get where I want to, be? And that's what I have loved so much about TCI is it's not just about what you can do. It's about becoming the version of you. That means everything's a possibility for you. And that's been the biggest thing. It wasn't so much, and it has been, I am now going, I am a professional coach and I love that. And the most important thing in getting clarity for me was around knowing how I can use my skills in a way that meets all the ways I want to do it. So it's been wonderful.
What made you think maybe it's coaching? I think it's such an important question, is where am I going to best use my skills?
Mm-hmm.
What industry am I a match for? You're a teacher. So you're in the education industry, you're helping, you're teaching. I would say in a way you're coaching, but it's not strictly coaching, but I would say a lot of those skills are useful in both areas. What was it about coaching that made you think, I'm going to explore coaching? What was it about that?
Oh, there were so many things, and you're absolutely right. The skills are very transferable, and they definitely were. They both have similar values. I, as a teacher, I was struggling a little bit, not getting the fulfillment that I thought I should have been getting with teaching, which is why I was looking for a vehicle. What coaching has enabled me to do is have far more flexibility in my work day, really be very autonomous in the way that I make decisions and create the business to work for me. And it's been able to help me help a wider range of people. And I found, particularly on primary school, loved working with the kids, and I was a wellbeing leader, but I found the real change happens when you work with the parents. And so a lot of my coaching now is working with adults, and I love that has such an influence on children. And so it's given me a real opportunity just to be able to create work that's just, sometimes I wake up and pinch myself that I can have so much flexibility in my day. It's wonderful.
Congratulations on what you've achieved so far. I think it's really wonderful that you've taken because it's a risk. You've taken the risk to say, I'm going to step into this new area and I'm going to start developing these skills. let's talk a little bit about that. So one of the things that I think a lot of people misunderstand is they think that when they start a coaching business, they have to quit their job immediately and start a business. And a lot of people, well, obviously that's just not possible for, I would say 90% of people, maybe 10% are going to have the funds to be able to say, I'm going to give myself 6 months or a year to do it. But most people do what you've done is they stay employed and they start using the skills inside their current employment. First of all, did you have that thought? Did you think, I don't know, well, I can't just leave my employment? And also the second part of the question would be, how did you find implementing these skills into your current work?
Yeah, wonderful. So yes, no, I most certainly didn't just pack up everything and drop everything and go into it full time. What I love about TCI is they're really realistic and pragmatic in the advice they give around, well, what does it really take, and kind of unraveling some of the myths around overnight success and what it really takes to be successful. And there's kind of two parts that have really helped me. And what I love about the course is it starts with the personal development in working on who you are, and so you can keep your current business, whatever it is that you're doing for employment, and work, develop your skills on the side and build up your competence and build up your action, and then it's extending that to then put that into, if it's for you and it's a match, to really look at it as creating your own business and step by step, and the resources. I mean, you have everything you need to be able to succeed. You've just got to have a big enough why, and that's one of the biggest places that we start. If you know you want to make a difference and that's really important to you, and it was to me, then you will find a way, and the way for me was TCI. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about how you've grown personally. Because one of the things that you mentioned earlier, so you see it's not just about the tools to become a successful coach, but it's also about growing into the person that you need to be to actually be a coach. And one of the things that I love about coaching is that it's definitely not a set of tools. It's, yes, you get tools to be able to get our mind working for us instead of against us and help other people do the same thing. Although the biggest growth is the personal growth. Can you give us a bit of a before and after? What's really shifted for you? So before coaching to where you are now, I know you're about 2.5 years into your journey with us. What have been some of the biggest significant growth areas that you've gone on through your education?
Yeah, great question. I love that. So mine a lot revolve around fears. So every single person has these, fears around, am I good enough? Do I matter? They're so prevalent, and everyone has them. And before joining TCI, I was just, and socially kind of acceptable. It's, just block your fears and don't talk about them, and they might not be there, and just go on with your day, and everything's okay. And I let fear stop me from taking risks. I let fear trap me into thinking that perhaps I couldn't have what I wanted or go after what I wanted because I didn't have the right support and resources. And then as I joined TCI and did so much around personal development and had the support of not only TCI, but the people you meet in the community, like-minded people who are on the same growth journey as you, helped me to develop the skills to be able to feel the fear and do it anyway. Like, embrace it, because the fear's not going anywhere. It's our relationship to the fear. And part of everything we learn at TCI is, how do you be the person you want to be to achieve what you want to achieve? And so the personal development for me was really being able to have a better relationship with fear, embrace some vulnerability, and be acknowledged, validated, and just understand that everybody has this, and we're all on a different journey, and there's support for you on this journey.
Great answer. Now, you're a teacher. You've been a teacher for quite some time. Now, we are going through this global pandemic. We've got the coronavirus, and we're going from home. Everyone's doing something from home. One of the things that's thriving right now is education, online education, coaching, mentoring, training. Coaches, a lot of coaches have more work now than they had previously because people don't know how to manage themselves through it. And also, a lot of people have more time right now to be able to invest into things like, okay, well, maybe I can make my relationships better. Are we on track personally and professionally? How are you facing this time, and how are you using this time to navigate yourself through this within your business?
Yeah. So thanks, Matt. So biggest thing for me right now is, so I have been doing some teaching and working with some schools because it's still a real passion for me, but I'm doing it in a way that I want to do it now, which I love. But because of the pandemic, I don't have that teaching work. And so what I actually really love, and again, this is a lot of my personal development in the way that I perceive different situations now, in regards to being really resourceful in the way that I see them, and see them in a way that I can make work for me. And it's opened up opportunities that now I have more time to dedicate to my coaching business. I have more time to explore opportunities, and because I've developed a better relationship with feedback, and I don't see failure as failure now, I see failure as feedback. If something doesn't go right, awesome, try a different way, because that way is not working. So I am actually a bit excited. You can probably tell that in my tone, that now I'm so happy with where I am and what I've learned. I've just learned so much over the last 2.5 years, and I know my areas to keep learning and developing, and that's what I'm going to target. So in one way, as much as, we can talk about some of the ways that the pandemic is limiting us, for a coach, it's actually quite an expensive opportunity for us, because so many people are at home and being with partners and families which they've never spent so much time with ever before, and it kind of magnifies perhaps some problematic, challenging behaviours. And so there's so many people who are reaching out. So it's kind of prime time.
Good on you. I think it's a wonderful way to see this. And I'm hearing the same thing from a lot of our coaches, that now's the time to step up and be a leader and support other people. And we have a skill set that a lot of people really need. Not many people know how to even just manage themselves emotionally, and how do you get through challenging times, and how do you learn how to communicate. And what are you excited about now? What are you looking forward to for the rest of 2020 for yourself?
Awesome. There's a lot of things, but for me particularly, to prove to myself I can just think of so many examples in my life where I didn't keep promises to myself, and I definitely didn't make decisions that my future self would thank me for. Like if I was to go back and think of myself a few years ago and be like really? Really? You're making those decisions? I'm so much more aware of my behaviours and where they're contributing, and my thinking behind it, because part of TCI we learn all around how you develop your thinking and beliefs. And I mean, whether or not you want to be a coach or anything, this is just great awareness that just builds your relationships with others and with yourself, because you can only have with others what you have within yourself. So for me, it's really seeing where my coaching business can go. I've made taken some risks, and they've really paid off, and I've taken some risks and they haven't, and it's all part of the process. But I'm building heaps of evidence around taking risks in the right environment, and I think that's been the biggest game changer for me. Is I know I have all the resources around me when I want to tap into it. TCI just has, from marketing to coaching, just to a friendly ear, and so with that, I can achieve whatever I want to achieve. And so, yeah, I'm super excited about taking my coaching level, my coaching to the next level, particularly around running webinars and going external out and being able to help more people who perhaps don't even know they need help yet.
It's really wonderful. Now, you have come so far in 2.5 years. You've found the clarity that you were originally looking for. You're contributing on an even greater level. You've broken through your own personal fears, and you've really set yourself up, because through this time, a lot of people, or say, for example, if this happened to you 2 years ago, if you went through this pandemic right now, you'd be at the beginning of your journey, or maybe you wouldn't have these skills to be able to manage yourself through this. You've achieved so much, and congratulations from myself and everyone here at the Coaching Institute. what would you say to someone who's watching this and has been inspired by your story and wants to follow in your footsteps in a way and take their first step towards becoming a successful coach and joining our community today? What would you share with them?
Listen to your gut. Oh, I swear, for me, I still remember the day that I joined and the apprehension I felt in my stomach, because I was making a decision completely for me. And it was so outside of my normal capacity where I did everything for everyone else. And yet I said yes to me. And I backed myself that by me being the best version of me, I can serve others even more. And so I said yes. I felt that fear. I did. There was fear. Oh my gosh, there was fear. And I felt it and I did it anyway. One of the best decisions I've ever made. And yeah, just if you feel like this is right for you, but you keep coming up with the excuses of why you can't, that's so normal. Oh my gosh, that's so normal. I had them. I think every single person that I've spoken to has had them. That's normal. It's our ego trying to keep us comfortable. But our real growth, our real achievements in life is when we embrace that uncomfortable and we say yes, and we know that there's going to be the support for us. And so we back ourselves and yeah, do it, feel the fear, do it anyway.
Thank you so much, Claire. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here.
Thanks.